Meanwhile, I do want to follow another development here. Ivanka Trump getting heat for taking center stage at CES despite her lack of technology experience. She is still a chief confidant of her father's. So people might not like the fact that she is close to her father and influential in his administration, but she is who she is.
Well, and I mean, I guess every year the CES invites people from the White House to speak. The Trump administration sent Ivanka to speak at the thing. And
was Billy Carter ever invited?
I assume he was at some point. Yeah, the CES has been around since 1967. I mean, Nixon's chief technologist might have been invited at some point.
Did Henry Kissinger ever go to CES? That would be something.
That would have been something. Maybe
I think it's
maybe
a little overdone.
year.
What's the big deal? They have hundreds of speakers, right?
Yeah, they even had Meg Whitman there, so they had a lot of representation.
So when she is picked on here, because obviously that's what they're saying. You could have anybody speak here, but I was looking at the speakers list. It goes on for pages.
Yeah, I mean, this is just a non-starter. I think, whenever she is asked to do anything, even if it's abroad, especially the Democrats, they look at this as it's inappropriate that she's even doing anything at all because it's his daughter.
By the way, what did you make of the fact, as our political watcher here, that she and her brothers are mentioned in a small club of potential 2024 runners?
I saw that. The Hill ran an article on that. I actually saw that, and I'd clicked and read it all.
So Pompeo was there, and she and her brothers were there. I'm thinking, could you see that happening?
Oh, I absolutely think 100%. I've told people, as a strategist, I've told people this, that what is Trump going to do with that base when he's no longer in office? It's got to pass on somewhere. I mean, this is a really, riveted base that is, they love this red meat. Don Jr. seems to be fitting that bill more so than Ivanka. I saw the poll. They had Nikki Haley, and Eric doesn't command that, neither does Ivanka, but Don Jr. is basically an in-your-face tactic kind of guy, just like his father. I think that base has got to go somewhere, and I think that base follows Don Jr.
So we have to deal with, we go from Bush to Bush to Clinton to Trump to Trump. I'd like to see some fresh blood in there. Maybe not a non-Republican, a non-Democrat at some point, a fresh thinker.
Wow, what do you think of that? Would the markets responded totally outside the box? Well, of course, Trump was outside the box, right?
I think the market will think it's a breath of fresh air, would be positive.
Really?
It depends on what their economic views are. I mean, where they align. If you get a breath of fresh air that, has a socialist background economically, you're going to be like, uh-oh. But if you get some guy that's
centrist.
if you get someone somewhere in the middle, like when Obama campaigned, he pretty much campaigned as a centrist and then took off the mask as,
anyone can get in there if the conditions are right. You could look back to 2008 and say, if we didn't have the financial meltdown, would Barack Obama had been elected? I mean, the two were running very even, John McCain and he, and a crisis brought that on. Would a very big liberal New York governor like FDR have had a chance against who was once a very popular president, Herbert Hoover, if we didn't have the Depression?
Neil, you and I have talked before about how Trump is purposely betting a lot of his 2020 election on the economy and how strong it has been. And if the economy is still strong in November, Trump's probably coming
strong
back.
Economy got Ronald Reagan elected in a landslide, and just the opposite got Barack Obama to the White House. So it's the environment.
But one thing to keep in mind is that the incumbent always has the advantage because they're in charge of the airplane controls. They're managing the economy until the elections. And so
we're still reaching whether Billy Carter.
It doesn't always work, but it works most of the time.
All right, we'll have a lot more coming up after this, including Uber in the sky. Yeah, after this.